Welcome to the DIY Honda Garage channel. DTC P0462 stands for Fuel Level Sensor Fuel Gauge Sending Unit Circuit Low Voltage. This diagnostic trouble code indicates that there is a low voltage condition in the fuel level sensor circuit. The fuel level sensor, also known as the fuel gauge sending unit, plays a crucial role in providing real-time information about the fuel level in the tank to the vehicle's gauge control module. The gauge control module processes this information and displays the fuel level on the dashboard. This code usually surfaces due to wiring issues such as shorts, open circuits, or faults in the sending unit itself. Addressing this code is vital for accurate fuel level readings and preventing the vehicle from running out of fuel unexpectedly. The fuel level sensor is designed to measure the amount of fuel present in the petrol tank and communicate this information to the gauge control module. Its location is typically inside the fuel tank, where it can accurately gauge the fuel level. The gauge control module then converts this information into a readable format displayed on the vehicle's dashboard, allowing the driver to know how much fuel is available. If the sensor detects a low voltage condition, it may lead to inaccurate fuel level readings, which can impact driving conditions. Understanding the exact roles and locations of these components is critical for effective troubleshooting. Both the gauge control module and fuel level sensor are integral for the function of the vehicle's fuel system. Several potential causes may lead to the DTC P0462 being triggered. One common reason could be shorted wiring issues within the circuit that connects the fuel gauge sending unit to the gauge control module. Such shorts may result from frayed or damaged wires that touch each other or ground. Another possibility is a faulty fuel gauge sending unit itself. Over time, its internal components can wear out and fail to accurately measure fuel levels. Additionally, loose or corroded connections between the fuel level sensor and the gauge control module can disrupt the flow of voltage in the circuit. Identifying the root cause is essential to implement a correct and effective repair strategy. A thorough inspection of wiring and connectors is often a critical first step in resolving this DTC. Symptoms associated with DTC P0462 primarily revolve around inaccurate fuel level readings. Drivers may notice that the fuel gauge displays incorrect measurements, which can lead to confusion about the actual amount of fuel available in the tank. Additionally, warning lights may illuminate on the dashboard, signaling a problem with the fuel system. Some drivers report intermittent issues where the fuel gauge functions correctly at times, but fails at others, suggesting a possible loose connection or wiring fault. Understanding these symptoms is crucial for diagnosing the issue accurately and preventing the risk of running out of fuel. Addressing these symptoms promptly can save drivers from potential inconvenience and ensure seamless vehicle operation. The first step in troubleshooting DTC P0462 involves verifying the problem. Start by turning the vehicle to the on mode without starting the engine. This allows the onboard diagnostic system to initialize and perform a system check. Then, use the Honda Diagnostic System, HDS, to clear the existing DTCs. Following this, it is essential to wait for approximately 5 seconds to ensure that the system has reset any temporary faults. After this waiting period, check for any pending or confirmed DTCs again using the HDS. If DTC P0462 is still indicated, it confirms the presence of a persistent issue that requires further investigation. If the DTC is no longer present, it may suggest an intermittent failure or a temporary issue, warranting a check for poor connections or loose terminals. In the second troubleshooting step, Begin by turning the vehicle to the off lock mode to ensure safety while working on the vehicle's electrical components. Next, remove the gauge control module to access the wiring connections. It is crucial to disconnect both the fuel tank unit's 4P connector and the gauge control module's connector A32P to isolate the circuit. With the connectors removed, check for continuity between test points 1 and 2 as outlined in the diagnostic procedure. Test point 1 will be located on the fuel tank unit 4P connector, specifically at the female terminal number 2, while test point 2 will be connected to the body ground. If continuity exists, it indicates a short in the fuel gauge plus wire, necessitating repairs. If there is no continuity, this leads us to proceed to the next troubleshooting step. The third step involves testing the fuel gauge sending unit to determine its functionality. This requires a specialized multimeter or diagnostic tool to measure the electrical resistance and operation of the sending unit. If the fuel gauge sending unit is found to be operational and within specifications, it indicates that the issue may lie within the gauge control module itself. In this case, replacing the gauge control module would be the appropriate course of action. Conversely, if the sending unit is determined to be faulty, replacing it is the necessary solution. Each of these tasks is crucial for restoring accurate fuel level readings and ensuring the smooth operation of the fuel gauge system. Proper testing and replacement will address the root cause of the DTC P0462 effectively. After completing the necessary repairs for DTC P0462, it is essential to perform a final repair verification. Begin by rechecking for any DTCs using the Auto Diagnostics system HDS. This allows you to confirm that the DTC P0462 has been successfully cleared and that no additional faults are present in the fuel gauge circuit. Next, ensure that the fuel gauge system functions correctly by turning the ignition back to on mode and observing the fuel level readings. Calibration may be needed if the readings are still inaccurate after repair. This final step ensures that the repairs made have restored the system to proper working order, providing the driver with accurate fuel level information. Preventive maintenance is key to ensuring the ongoing reliability of the fuel level sensor circuit. Regularly inspecting the wiring and connectors associated with the fuel gauge system can help identify potential issues before they escalate into significant problems. Make it a point to ensure that all connections are secure and free from corrosion, as loose or corroded connectors can lead to incorrect readings and intermittent faults. Additionally, scheduling periodic diagnostic checks using HDS can proactively catch any evolving issues in the fuel level system. By adhering to these preventive measures, drivers can significantly reduce the risk of encountering DTC P0462 in the future and enjoy a more reliable driving experience. In summary, understanding DTC P0462's significance and causes is crucial for effective vehicle maintenance. This code relates to the fuel level sensor circuit, which plays a vital role in providing accurate fuel level information. Following the established troubleshooting steps helps to pinpoint the underlying issues, whether they relate to wiring, connectors, or the components themselves. Implementing preventive measures can greatly reduce the likelihood of this code reappearing, ensuring vehicle reliability. By staying proactive with diagnostics and maintenance, drivers can ensure a seamless and worry-free driving experience, free from potential fuel gauge inaccuracies. Please like and subscribe to the channel. See you next time!